Problem number 5 says, Altia paid $5 each for 2 bracelets and later sold each for $15. She paid $8 each for 3 bracelets and sold each of them for $9. Part A asks us to write an expression that represents the profit Alitha made. And Part B says evaluate the expression, naming each property used in each step. So we're combining what we've been doing on writing our algebraic expressions for this entire verbal expression that was given to us. And one thing that we do need to keep in mind is on question A, it is asking us to write an expression that represents the profit. So that is a key point there. So we want to know how much she made. So the profit of something is how much she sold it for minus the expenses, or what she paid for them. So knowing this, I can now set up my equation taking each separate set of purchases. So here's one here. And we'll do our we'll take what she sold the bracelets for and subtract the expenses, and then we will just add that to the second set of bracelets. So A will look like this. If she it says right here that she sold each for $15. So she had 2. We're going to put a bracket because we're going to be combining the 2 separate purchases. So I have sold it 2 for $15. And then we're going to subtract what she paid. So she paid $5 for each for 2 bracelets. So that's minus the 2 bracelets for $5. So that's one purchase, and we're going to add that to our second purchase. So what she sold the bracelets for, so she sold each of them for $9. Keep in mind she's buying 3. So we have 3 times 9. And she paid $8 each. So then we subtract what she paid for them. And here is our expression that represents this profit. Now, part B asks us to evaluate the expression, naming the property used in each step. This is what we've been doing in class today. So we have our expression here. Here's our expression. And now we are going to evaluate it and then name the property. So we'll have our work and our justifications, or our properties, like we've been saying. So I'm going to copy the problem down. Minus 2 times the $5 for what she paid for them. Then we're going to add that to her second purchase. So this is our given. Now this is going to get sort of repetitive. It's going to be essentially a lot of substitution the entire time. So we're going to take this in steps. I'm going to do all of the multiplication first, because if I'm following through PEMDAS, I know that I need to go inside my grouping symbols, which are my brackets right here. And I've got 2 sets of them. And then I need to follow through PEMDAS again, our order of operations. And in there we have no exponents, but I have multiplication, and I can do all the multiplication at once. So from left to right, I'm going to do all of the multiplication. So that looks like 30 minus 10 plus, keep your brackets, 27, 9 times 3 is 27, minus 3 times 8 is 24. This was substitution. Remember, we are only using our identity properties, our inverse properties, our zero property of multiplication, or substitution when we are justifying them. Next, we go back through the order of operations, and we are going to now, back within our parentheses, there's no multiplication, we did that, no division, but we can add or subtract. So we are going to subtract because that's what comes first from left to right, and we're going to work within both of our sets of parentheses. So we have 30 minus 10, that leaves us with 20. Keep our plus sign here. Keep our plus sign here. And then we have 27 minus 24. That leaves us with 3. This again was substitution. And then lastly, we can just add those together. And that leaves us with 23. So she made $23 off of this. This next problem is very similar to problem number 5, and it says Kristen purchased 2 binders that cost $1.25 each, 2 binders that cost $4.75 each, 2 packages of paper that cost $1.50 per package, 4 blue pens that cost $1.15 each, and 4 pencils that cost 35 cents each. Write an expression to represent the total cost of supplies before tax. What was the total cost of supplies before tax? So it's asking us to just write the expression and then simplify it. We're going to write our algebraic expression, reading along this, just as we did before. So we did this in a bell ringer last week. So the first thing it says is 2 binders that cost $1.25 each. So we will take 2 times $1.25. Then we have 2 binders that cost $4.75. And again, we're buying school supplies, so we're adding all of these together. Two packages of paper that cost $1.50. 4 blue pens that cost $1.15. And 4 pencils that cost 35 cents. And that equals the total cost of the school supplies. Now, it just wants us to work this out so we can give the total cost of supplies before tax. So we will continue on with PEMDAS. And we have no parentheses. The parentheses we do have are for multiplication. We have no exponents, but we do have a lot of multiplication from left to right. So we can simplify all of these terms here. 2 times $1.25. I have 2 times 1, that's 2. 0.25 times 2, that's 50, so that's 250. Plus, I have 2 times 4 is 8, but then 0.75 times 2 is $1.50, so I have 8 plus $1.50. That leaves me with $9.50. Now, if this is hard for us to do in our heads, we can do 475 times 2. Don't you dare get those calculators out. So we have 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. We go over 2 decimal places because we've got 2 decimals here. That leaves us with $9.50. Then we have 2 times $1.50. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 50. 0.50 times 2 is another dollar. So that's $3, plus 4 times $1.15. So 4 times $1 is $4. Then we have 15 cents times 4. That is 60 cents. So that leaves us with $4.60. And then we have 4 times 0.35. So I'm saying I know 0.35 times 2 is 70 cents, and then I just double that, so that's $1.40. And that equals our total cost. Then we're left just to add up all of these. So I have $2.50 plus $9.50. That's going to leave me with 9, 10, 11 with the 2 and the 9. And then the 50 cents is going to leave me with another dollar. So that's $12. And then I'm going to take 12 plus 3, that's 15. 15 plus 4.60, that's 19.60. 15 plus 4, and then the 60 cents, plus $1.40. Is that total cost? Then I know 60 and 40 cents make $1, plus another dollar, that's $2, plus 19, so I've got $19, $20, $21 that she paid for her school supplies.